It all began with a website that promised one thing: discretion. Ashley Madison, the ad said. Life is short. Have an affair? For years, millions of people joined the site. Married men, bored housewives, lonely professionals, all looking for something secret. The platform made them feel safe. Every message, every photo, was locked behind walls of encryption. Nobody would ever know. But they were wrong, because somewhere out there, in the dark corners of the internet, someone was watching. In July 2015, a mysterious hacker group calling themselves the Impact Team broke into Ashley Madison's servers. No one knew who they were or what they wanted, but when they finally spoke, their message was clear. Shut down the website, or we'll expose everyone. At first, the company laughed it off. Hack threats were common, and most ended with nothing. But this time, it was real. The hackers didn't just steal emails or passwords. They had everything: names, credit cards, chat logs, and secret desires of millions. The lives of over 30 million users were now in danger of being exposed. Inside the company's Toronto headquarters, panic spread. CEO Noel Biederman called emergency meetings. Security teams worked day and night, and lawyers flooded the building. But it was too late. The hackers had already vanished into the digital shadows, leaving a message that chilled everyone in the room. You promised privacy. We're here to show your lies. Days turned into weeks, and the world held its breath. Was it just a bluff? No one knew until August 18th, 2015. That morning, internet users woke up to a horror. On the dark web, a massive data file had been uploaded, the entire database of Ashley Madison. Names, addresses, private messages, all made public. Anyone could download it. Journalists rushed to the story. Politicians, soldiers, priests, even government officials were among the users. The leak didn't just break marriages, it broke lives. Some people lost jobs, others faced blackmail. A few even took their own lives after being exposed. The internet had never seen anything like it. A digital apocalypse of secrets. But behind all the chaos, one question burned brighter than the rest. Who were the Impact Team? And why did they do it? As investigators dug deeper, strange clues began to appear. The hackers didn't demand money. They didn't want fame. They wanted revenge. But revenge for what? It turned out that Ashley Madison had lied not just to the public, but even to its users. Thousands of female profiles on the site weren't Tirelet ol T weary bots designed to make lonely men think someone was interested. And when the Impact Team discovered that lie, they decided to destroy the company. But as the truth unfolded, the world would learn something far more disturbing. That this wasn't just about a cheating website. It was about privacy, power, and the price of secrets in the digital age. The Ashley Madison leak had become one of the biggest digital crimes in history. Police departments, cybersecurity experts, and even the FBI joined the hunt. The question on everyone's mind was simple. Who was the Impact Team? No one had seen them. No one had heard from them. But their message was everywhere. We exposed the liars. We punished the cheaters, and we're not sorry. The leak had destroyed lives. In cities around the world, names from the database appeared online. Husbands were exposed to their wives. Teachers were fired. Politicians resigned. Some people were so ashamed they couldn't face the world again. The consequences were deadly. News stations called it the digital scarlet letter. It wasn't just about infidelity anymore. It was about privacy. If hackers could expose millions of secrets from a private company, what else could they do? In a small cybersecurity office in Washington, D.C., an investigator named Eric Miller sat in front of a glowing screen. He had been tracing digital footprints for weeks. Small code patterns, server pings, message trails, all leading back to one place: Toronto, where Ashley Madison's servers were located. But when Eric followed the trail further, it split into dozens of fake IP addresses, bouncing across Russia, France, and Singapore. Whoever did this was a professional. They wanted to be ghosts, and they were succeeding. Still, Eric noticed something strange in the leaked data files. A small text signature that said, Remember the lies. He had seen that phrase before, once, in a hacking forum 2 years earlier. The name behind it was Harbinger, a known hacker who had vanished after accusing a company of stealing user data. Was Harbinger part of the impact team? Meanwhile, Ashley Madison's CEO, Noel Biederman, was under fire. Reporters crowded his home. Cameras followed him everywhere. He said he was a victim too, but the world didn't believe him. Emails leaked from his own account revealed embarrassing secrets. The hacker's revenge was personal. Days later, Biederman resigned. The company's stock collapsed. Lawsuits poured in, but even as the company fell apart, something darker began happening online. People started using the leaked data to blackmail others. Send money, or your family finds out, the messages said. The FBI called it a secondary wave of crimes. What began as one hack had turned into a chain reaction of chaos. Months passed and investigators kept searching. Finally, a clue emerged. A small piece of malicious code from the Impact Team's leak matched another cyberattack that had targeted a software company years earlier. One known for exposing fake profiles on dating sites. The FBI connected the dots. The hacker group might not be foreign spies or cybercriminals for money. They could be former tech insiders, angry at the lies and corruption within the industry, but proving it was almost impossible. The Impact team had disappeared completely. Their identities were never found. Still, one investigator made a chilling observation. If they could hack Ashley Madison, they could hack anything. They showed the world how fragile our secrets really are. Behind closed doors, cybersecurity experts warned that the Ashley Madison breach was just the beginning. It was proof that in the digital world, privacy was an illusion. People began deleting old accounts, hiding online, changing passwords. But deep down, everyone knew the truth. If someone wanted to find your secrets, they could. And the worst part, you'd never know until it was too late. As the dust began to settle, one question remained unanswered. Were the Impact Team heroes, or villains? Or villain? To some, they were vigilantes, exposing hypocrisy. To others, they were cyber terrorists who destroyed innocent lives. But one fact was clear. The world would never trust the internet the same way again. Months had passed since the world first saw the Ashley Madison database leak. But the damage was far from over. At first, people treated it like gossip. A list of cheaters, politicians, and celebrities exposed for their double lives. But soon, the laughter stopped. Because behind every leaked name, there was a real person. And some of them couldn't live with what came next. Human cost. In Texas, a police officer was found dead in his car, a gunshot wound to the head. He had been on the Ashley Madison list. In Canada, 2 men took their own lives, just days after the leak went public. Their families said they had been getting emails and threats demanding money, or their secrets would be shared with everyone they knew. The hackers had never asked for ransom, but criminals across the world used the leaked data to extort and blackmail innocent people. Lives were being destroyed by the same digital ghosts who said they were fighting for truth. News anchors reported it daily. The cost of privacy, one headline said, but no one really understood what that meant until it was too late. The company that lied. Inside the headquarters of Avid Life Media, the parent company behind Ashley Madison, the office looked like a war zone. Stacks of documents, empty desks, reporters outside the glass doors. The CEO, Noel Biederman, had resigned, his reputation shattered. But investigators soon found something worse than poor security. They found deceit. Ashley Madison had promised secrecy, but their entire system was built on lies. The website had created thousands of fake female profiles to attract paying male users. They weren't women. They were bots, programmed to flirt, message, and keep men online. Even worse, the company charged users extra money to delete their accounts permanently, but the data was never really deleted. Every name, every message, every hidden fantasy still existed on their servers. When the Impact team discovered this, they decided to expose everything. Their message to the world was simple. If you cheat and you lie, you deserve to be exposed. But so do the companies who profit from your secrets. They call themselves vigilantes. but the world called them something else. Digital terrorists. The investigators closed and the FBI's cyber division spent months combing through every digital trace. Each IP address led to a new dead end. Each clue pointed to another false trail. But a small team in Toronto, the same city where Ashley Madison's servers had been hosted, made a breakthrough. A private cybersecurity firm named Cylint analyzed the code used in the hack. What they found was unexpected. The malware had been written by someone who understood Ashley Madison's internal systems. Not an outsider. That meant one thing. It might have been an inside job. The theorists sent shockwaves through the investigation. Could someone inside the company have helped leak the data? Was it revenge or guilt? Silence experts found fragments of communication between team members. Digital fingerprints left by accident. Some pointed toward a former employee who had left under mysterious circumstances a year before the hack. But before they could gather enough proof, the trail went cold. The suspect disappeared, leaving no trace. The FBI eventually admitted they might never know who the impact team really was. No arrests were made. No one ever claimed responsibility. It was the perfect digital crime. The world reacts. The Ashley Madison hack changed everything. Governments passed new cybersecurity laws. Companies began investing billions in encryption, data protection, and user privacy. But the deeper effect was social. Trust, once taken for granted, was gone. People who once laughed about online privacy began deleting their social media, hiding their digital footprints. Marriages fell apart, communities tore each other apart, and millions of people learned a hard truth. In the age of the internet, nothing stays hidden. The CNN anchor said it best. Ashley Madison promised privacy, but what it really gave us was a mirror, and we didn't like what we saw. The legacy of fear years later. Cybersecurity experts still use the Ashley Madison breach as a warning, not because of the cheating scandal, but because of what it revealed, that even the biggest companies, with all their money and promises, can be brought down by one line of code. The impact team vanished into history, but their act created a ripple that still hasn't faded. The story became a legend, whispered in hacker forums, studied in universities, and dramatized in documentaries. No one knows whether the impact team was a group of moral crusaders or a band of digital arsonists who burned everything in their path just to prove a point. But one thing is certain: they changed the world's view of privacy forever. A warning from the shadows late one night. A cybersecurity blogger received an anonymous email. The message was short. You think the Ashley Madison leak was about cheating? It wasn't. It was about control. We wanted to show the world that your secrets aren't yours anymore. Attached was a small encrypted file, impossible to open. The blogger never found out what was inside. Some say it was nothing. Others believe it was a clue, a warning that the impact team was still out there, watching. The final reflection as the years passed. The victims tried to rebuild their lives. Some found forgiveness. Others never recovered. The company rebranded under a new name, promising tighter security and a second chance. But for those who lived through it, there would never be a second chance. The internet had turned into a battlefield, one where secrets were weapons and truth was just another tool. And maybe that's what the impact team wanted us to see all along. That behind every password, every private message, every digital confession, there's always someone watching, waiting, listening. And once your secret escapes into the internet, it never dies.